I think that when it was revealed that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 would actually be going up in price, a lot of us had the same couple of thoughts. Thought number one, that's a bummer. No one wants to see the price go up on an already very expensive device. Thought number two, this leaves the other two competitors, the OnePlus Open, and of course the Pixel Fold 2, also known as the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This leaves them in a potentially advantageous situation, right? Because the OnePlus Open is not next to me. I thought it was. I was going to grab it for a visual aid. The OnePlus Open is already significantly cheaper than those other two devices are going to be / expected to be. And with this thing going up, it looks even better. That's a great place for OnePlus to be. But it also means that Google has this opportunity in front of them. I talked about this in a prior video. If they are daring, they could actually lower the price and really expand that gap. But I said more than likely the price is going to stay the same. There were some other sort of leaked pricing things that went around that confused people. If you remember, we looked at this leak on DEA Labs and people saw, oh no, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is going to be €1899. It's going to follow the Z Fold 6 and it's going to be $1899, a $100 price increase. But I warned you all the way back then, about a month ago, that was not what it actually meant, because the original Pixel Fold was also €1899. You can't just take euros and put dollars instead and it'd be the same thing. So this, I told you, meant the Pixel 9 Pro Fold would likely be the same price as it was last year. We now have this article here on 91 Mobiles via the well-renowned OnLeaks, well-known tech leaker, Google 9 Pro Fold price revealed. Yes, indeed. According to OnLeaks, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold will launch in two variants. That's an error there. That should say Fold. 256 gigs, 512 gigs, and it will be priced at $1799 and $1919 for the larger storage variant. So that is the same starting price that we had last year. Now, of course, this is one of these news stories that is, I feel like, neither good nor bad. Like, yeah, it would be good if the price was going down. It's good that the price isn't going up, but it's bad that it's still really, really expensive. So it just kind of is what it is. This is what I expected to see. Now, speaking of other things that I expected to see, perhaps you saw the video that I posted, I believe, yesterday, or maybe the day before. Who knows? Time is just a concept to me these days, where I talked about a couple of little sort of breaking news stories I was bringing to you. One of them was the weight of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I told you that it would be approximately 259 grams. Well, the very next day, Android police put out what they called an exclusive. We'll pull this up here. And that they said that it was going to be 257 grams. Now, to my knowledge, my number of 259 was the first time the weight had been talked about on the internet. And I did say it was approximate because, as you all know, if you take a scale and you place a phone on it, the weight it's often going to be a little bit weird. Scales are not always perfect. So that's why I say it was approximately 259. I'm going to call their number at 257, 2 grams apart, margin of error. I'm going to say that that is a corroborating report and that my confidence in that weight is now extraordinarily high. Now, they did also mention that despite prior reports of the thickness of the Pixel Fold 2 being about 5.27 millimeters, that their number is 5.1 millimeters. This makes it considerably thinner than other competing devices on the market. And this should also kind of help you understand why some of the camera hardware got smaller, why the battery got smaller. Google is pushing really, really hard for this incredibly thin form factor. If we jump over here to comparesizes.com, I've got the OnePlus Open, the Pixel Fold 2, the Z Fold 6, and the original Pixel Fold all together, and it has once again rotated my Pixel Fold around. Okay, we got that fixed. You can see, though, that the Pixel Fold 2 in green is the largest of all of these devices. Let's make this bigger, actually. We'll go as much full screen as we can here. Again, it's the biggest of these devices. If you go this way, it covers up everything but the original Pixel Fold. And if we come around this way and we zoom in a little bit, you can see it's kind of hard to tell with these just kind of generic shapes. And this is still a 5.27 millimeters. I actually need to fix this. 5.1 millimeters. Does that make it thinner? There we go. We are now 5.1 millimeters. It is by far the thinnest of any of these, and that might kind of help you understand why this device is going to be a bit heavier. It's going to be the largest. It is bigger than these other devices. Look at the Z Fold 6 here in front. We'll remove the Pixel Fold. You can kind of see this. The OnePlus Open in the middle, it's much larger than any of these devices. And while that doesn't necessarily excuse the extra 20 grams of weight, it definitely gives you a little bit of a reason why that might be the case as well. Now, jumping back to Threads, Android headlines later on that same day also reported that Zoom Enhance would be a thing you're going to see finally on the Pixel 9 devices. They did not mention the Pro Fold. I will tell you it will be on the Pro Fold as well. So more of my reporting from the other day being confirmed by another website. And while I'm not going to show you the marketing material that is associated with this article, because there is a chance that Google could get upset about that and copyright strike and things like that, because it is their own marketing material being leaked. It's not like a third-party render being generated. What I will tell you is that the assumption that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold would have all the same features as the other Pro model Pixels, that seems to be a good assumption to have been being made. They're confirming here that AI features, circular search, magic editor, best take, as well as the new Add Me feature, which I've talked about in the past. All of that stuff is going to be present on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. You're not going to have a folding Pixel any longer that is missing features from the current Pro flagship slab from Google. And that is definitely a big step in the right direction. So despite the fact that I don't love the changes to the camera hardware, I don't love the changes to the aspect ratio, I must admit that if I squint, I can kind of see why Google is doing what they are doing. They are adopting a form factor that is established now. It is a standard phone form factor. This is the OnePlus Open. Take this and make it a little bit bigger, and you've basically got the Pixel Fold 2, and I get why they're doing it. They're not going to be trying to force app developers into making dual pane applications. They're just going to accept that that might not be a thing that everyone does, and that they should just have a form factor that most apps will be fine on no matter what screen they are using. Again, I don't love it, but I understand why they're doing it. They're not raising their price. You are going to be jumping from the Tensor G2 to the G4. You're going to be getting 16 gigs of RAM, so there should be some nice performance improvements there as well. You're getting all of the Pro features from the Google Pixel devices, which I absolutely do like. I think all that stuff wrapped up, I should mention, much thinner. Maybe the thinnest foldable you can buy directly in North America. Yes, a little bit heavier than we'd like, but very, very thin. You put all this stuff together, and despite my complaints, I must admit that I can see why they're doing what they're doing. And I think that there's a chance that the Pixel Fold 2 might do better than the Pixel Fold 1, especially if they actually market this thing a bit more aggressively, which it appears like they might be ready to do. Like I said, I think I get what they're doing, even if I don't love all of it. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this stuff. I will drop a link to the 91 Mobiles article in the description down below so you can check it out yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.